rock that.
Netflix's new movie is fucking disgusting. So for the uninformed, for some reason, if you don't know what it is I'm talking about or haven't just been on social media for the past like a day or two, Netflix is releasing on their streaming platform a movie called Cuties. And needless to say, the movie has gotten a little bit more than just your typical controversy. Just because of the simple fact that so far, the way that it's been marketed to most people and the first impressions that people have been getting about the film have been not too stellar. Not too stellar indeed. And most of the criticisms stem from the fact that the marketing from the trailer that they've released a couple days ago and the description of the movie that they have on their actual streaming platform suggest a lot of hypersexualization of minors. So apparently the description that was given initially for the film but has since then been changed. This is a French movie about a girl named Amy. She's 11 years old and she's a part of a really religious family, but she gets fascinated about a twerking dance group and wants to explore her femininity. And this movie is TVMA, which means this isn't, for children. So people who are trying to make excuses for the film can't even fucking use that excuse because it isn't meant for children. This is clearly meant to be for adults, who are into that type of shit. Oh man, I just can't fucking take this shit seriously. This isn't meant for children. It's not supposed to be for kids to be watching, but just the fact that in the film, from what we've seen so far, in the description of the movie and from the trailer that I only literally just saw like not even a few minutes ago, it just comes off a certain way, and I just was not impressed with what was shown, and it makes me not want to watch the film. Now, from what other further information has been shown, it seems that the film itself is a lot more nuanced and not just, hypersexualization into children. It actually wants to go into that and, explore why it is the way that it is, and just the fact that young girls can explore their femininity but not be over-sexualized. But they kind of missed the mark with the trailer and the marketing of the film so far with what they show, and also the fact that they have this girl wanting to explore her femininity through being a part of a twerking dance crew, which twerking is infamously known by everybody all over the world to be a very sexual dance. So the fact that they've kind of missed the mark so far this high has just kind of it's just kind of been a laughing stock for a lot of people. And the fact that they don't try to go into explaining whether or not they do or don't support pedophilia, which I actually saw through a tweet. I don't really know how they got this information. I think it was an interview with Netflix themselves, I assume, and not like the director herself, because this is directed by a woman director. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just pointing that out because some people are also trying to make excuses through that. The fact that I think Netflix themselves can't, admit whether or not they support pedophilia or not. They just say like, oh, we can't answer that, or we can't, discuss further on that. I think it's a little bit ridiculous because it's a yes or no question of whether or not you do or don't. Right? Because if you didn't support pedophilia, but you're still releasing this movie, then what's the big fucking deal? You don't support pedophilia, and you see something much greater from this film, other than the hypersexualization of these minors. Right? But if you do, then obviously you're not gonna fucking say anything. So it just comes off as very suspicious, and they don't, it just comes off really weird. This whole thing about this movie has just been really weird for the past couple of days, and it's just made me uncomfortable. Watching the trailer made me uncomfortable. Reading the description of the film has made me really uncomfortable. But from what I've heard, I think it's actually not even doing that bad in terms of people critiquing the film, because some people have already seen the movie and have already given their criticisms about it. I actually I'm gonna go check that out in a second. Let me go check that actually. Okay, I've checked and it's not doing amazing, but it's also not doing horrifically bad either. It's not doing amazing in reviews, but you know, it's not like people are bombing the film. Well, the public is bombing the film, but you know, obviously people who have already reviewed the movie have been, you know, not like too impressed from the film itself, but they're not, from what I can see, it's not really talking about anything that has to do with the fact that the main cast of the film is a whole bunch of fucking children. So make of that as you will, but just I don't know, this whole idea of this film about these girls and the fact that they're trying to explore something about themselves that they don't need to be exploring about themselves at that point in their lives because they're fucking 11. It's just weird. You know, if they were older, I mean, not even if they were older, because they would still be minors, right? Like if they were like 15, it wouldn't matter because they're still fucking minors. So it's still weird. It's still fucking weird. What do you really say about this? It's just fucking weird. What executive, you know, thought that this is a good idea to put on the platform of Netflix? What executive, what head guy over in the marketing department thought this is a good idea to market the film for people's first impressions? It's just fucking ridiculous, and it's making people unsubscribe from Netflix. People are canceling their subscriptions because of it because they don't want to support this shit. I don't know. Just there's nothing really else for me to say. It's all fucking weird, and I don't understand why any of this is being done. The movie's already made. It already won an award at, I think, Sundance, which, you know, is an event that I have never heard of, but it doesn't matter. The movie won an award somewhere else in the world, so clearly some amount of people thought it was okay. But it just, from first impressions alone, from what I can tell from the trailer and from the description of the film, the first description of the film that they give him, but now they've since changed, like I said, I don't want to watch it, and I don't want to support that. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. See you guys next one. Peace.